called Uptown by Brian Collier. And on the cover of this book, there are 2 stickers. That means they won awards. The first one says Coretta Scott King Award. Does anyone know who Martin Luther King Jr. is?
Yeah.
Okay, so Martin Luther King Jr., we've talked about him before. I know your teachers did because we had Martin Luther King Jr. Day just a few weeks ago. His wife is Coretta Scott King, and she gave an award to children's books that she thinks are good to promote the ideas of Martin Luther King Jr., which were peace and equality. And then there was another award that it got. So how many awards is this? 2 awards. The next one is Ezra Jack Keats Award. And there's a little boy in a red suit that some of you might know who he is. In fact, I'm going to give you a hint on who he might be. Raise your hand if you've ever read this book.
Me.
Okay. Keep your hand up if you remember what the little boy's name is in this book.
I know.
What is this little boy's name in this book? Do you remember? What is it? Yes. Peter. Very good. So Ezra Jack Keats Award has a picture of Peter on the front of it. So this book has Ezra Jack Keats Award and Coretta Scott King. Let's see if it's really that good. This is a lot of awards. Uptown is a caterpillar. Well, it's really the Metro North train as it eases over the Harlem River. So what do you think this is in the picture? It's a train. Is it going through the city or the country?
Country. City.
The city, isn't it? How do we know that this is a city?
Because it got lots of buildings.
It's got lots of buildings. Very good. Uptown is chicken and waffles served around the clock. At first it seems like a weird combination, but it works. Has anyone ever eaten chicken with waffles before?
No.
Yum, yum. I would say try it if you haven't. Uptown is a row of brownstones. I like the way they come together when you look at them down the block. They look like they're made of chocolate. So these brownstones are apartment buildings in New York City.
They kind of look like chocolate.
They do kind of look like chocolate. So if you look at a Hershey bar, it has those little squares, and you can see squares on the front of these buildings that makes them look like a Hershey bar. Uptown is weekend shopping on 125th Street. The vibe is always jumping as people bounce to their own rhythms. Does that look like a fun place to be?
Yeah.
Yes. Uptown is a stage. The Apollo Theater has showcased the greatest entertainers in the world. I hope we get good seats. So the Apollo Theater is a place where people go to get entertained. Does anyone have a kind of idea what they might see when they come inside the Apollo Theater? What do you think they might have inside?
Pool.
Raise your hand if you think you have an idea of what they might do. What do you think? I'll come back to you, okay? Anyone else have an idea? Yes.
A screen.
A screen for movies? What else might they have? Do you have an idea?
Movies.
Okay, movies. What else do people do for entertainment? La 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 la.
Songs.
Songs.
I know. TV.
A TV. What do you think? I'm going to come back to you later. Okay, one more. Yes.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, yes. I bet they have popcorn in there for sure.
I like popcorn.
So this is a real place in Harlem, New York. Maybe you'll get together someday. Uptown is jazz. My grandfather says jazz and Harlem are a perfect match, just like chicken and waffles. So jazz is a great type of music that I want you all to listen to sometime. I'll have to play some for you in a little while. Uptown is a barber shop. Raise your hand if you know what people do at barber shops.
They cut boys' hair.
Okay, what were you going to say?
Go to barber shop.
Okay, they are going to the barber shop. What are they doing there? Cutting hair. And it says they're also talking. They're doing a lot of talking about the football game that happened last night. Oh, I hear some voices in the back.
What's going on over there?
Uptown is a Vanderzee photograph. There are lots of old photographs of Harlem because there's a long history of Harlem that you might want to learn about. This is another thing they do there. What is this boy doing?
Basketball.
Playing basketball.
Basketball player.
Uptown is summer basketball at the Rutgers. Anyone can rise to be a superstar just for one day. Uptown is canvas awnings on the windows to block the sun. So the awnings are blocking the sun just like we might put on sunglasses to block the sun off of our eyes. Looks like the buildings are all dressed up.
I'm gonna have glasses.
Uptown is little sisters on their way to church in matching dresses. What color are their dresses?
Yellow. Yellow and white.
Uptown is the sunset on the Hudson River. That's another place you can see in Harlem, the Hudson River.
It got water.
So it's time to go home and go to sleep right at sunset. You can tell that's what the boy in this picture is doing. Uptown is a song sung by the Boys Choir of Harlem. Each note floats through the air like a butterfly. Uptown is Harlem. Harlem world is my world. So he told you a little bit about what it's like to live in Harlem. Maybe one day you can write a book about what it's like to live in Louisville. Raise your hand if you remember where I said Harlem is located. Yes. This is your hint.
City.
A city, a special city called New York. Can you say New York? New York City. So I hope you all get together someday.